How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk about something that clearly has become a problem in the gaming industry. It's clearly a problem within the console industry, especially, and something that clearly, if you actually play your cards right, will prove to you that just hating on a specific brand is going to get you more clarity, more clout, more attention. It's just the thing. However, recently, myself included, we've been asking Microsoft to respond to allegations, respond to rumors, and honestly, I think we're at the point now where I don't think they should respond anymore. So let's get into it and see what's going on. Okay, so we see over here the game post. The Xbox president Sarah Bond has reconfirmed that the next generation console is in development with AMD, much like Sony's PlayStation 6. However, no one is questioning Sony's PlayStation 6. No one is questioning anything to do with Sony. However, when it comes to Xbox, everyone is still questioning it. And despite the fact Sarah said we are 100% looking at making things in the future, we have our next gen hardware in development. We've been looking at prototyping, designing, and so forth. Now, Sarah Bond has made this clear multiple times. Phil has made this clear multiple times. However, the general consensus of the community is I will believe it when I see it. So at this point, I really think Microsoft should turn around and just stay quiet. There's no reason for them to feed these trolls anymore. There's no reason for them to turn around and say anything that will basically entertain them, because that is why they are doing this, because it basically puts, in my opinion, Microsoft in a weaker position. It makes them look like they are bending the knee or that they have to come out and say something. Now, I have been one of those people that have said that wants transparency. At this point, I don't think Microsoft owes anyone anything. The product is there. If you like it, you'll buy it. If you don't, piss off and go somewhere else. It's really that simple. And I think Microsoft has actually gotten to that point anyway. And regardless of how they go about it, they're still going to get your money. They don't care, because that's the way they've engineered this. You want to go to PlayStation? You want to go to PC? That is perfectly fine. They're still going to get your money because you're either going to sign up to Game Pass on PC for PC Game Pass, or you're still going to buy those Xbox games and they're going to get your money. But when it comes to this, I really think that Microsoft should now just stop talking. They should just stay silent, go the Sony route, and just say nothing. Don't respond to allegations, don't respond to rumors, don't respond to anything. Just when the machine is done and ready to launch, and when they're ready to show something, let that do the talking. Don't do anything else. Stop the interviews, stop everything. Because at this point, all they're doing is feeding the media for them to turn around and say, well, we don't believe you. So what's the point of Microsoft or Sarah Bond or Phil Spencer or, well, Matt Booty doesn't come out and do anything anyway. But what's the point of anyone coming out and saying, look, we are doing this. We've even shown like our inside view with the Good Morning America of where where the source is being made, and people still turn around and say, we don't believe you. So if you don't believe them, why are you asking for proof? Why are you asking for clarification? Like, what's the point? Like, just this week, not this week and last week, we've been seeing a lot of news surrounding the Xbox One Ally X. And people are basically complaining, despite the fact that they knew what they were buying, right? They fully well knew. We're not talking about illiterate people here who are the casuals, and don't get me wrong, they are the majority, who are not going to spend $800 to $1,000 for a handheld, right? They're just not going to do that because the casuals don't do that. They play maybe 2-3 hours a week. They're not spending $1,000 on a console like that. So the people that are buying this are the niche and enthusiasts who will have done their research. So even now, you're seeing people online with fake rage, fake comments, and this is going all the way back to Forspoken. because that is exactly what they're trying to do with this. Forspoken was a good game, and I will stand by that until the end of time. If you actually put the time in to play it, it is a good game. But it became such a meme that every content creator and streamer decided that they were going to slander it like there's no tomorrow. And in turn, they actually got the studio shut down and loads of people lost their jobs and they were all cheering, despite the fact that it was a good game. Not a 10 out of 10 game, not even a 9 out of 10 game. It was like a 7.5 out of 10. And that is a good game and it is worth playing. And it's a shame we're not going to get a sequel. But it became a meme, and people who didn't even play it were slandering it. You've got more people now who are hating on the Xbox ROG Ally X because it's got the Xbox brand on it, because they're not hating on the Lenovo Go, they're not hating on the MSI Claw, but this one has the Xbox logo. So that is why it affects them, like the D batches and whatnot. All of these people are so triggered and so threatened that Microsoft got a handheld out first. And all of these people are, well, it doesn't play my series games. It was never intended to. But you knew that. But it is an Xbox branded console. It is part of the Xbox library now. If I go to the Walmart or if I go to Currys over here in the UK and I say, I want an Xbox handheld, guess what they're going to give me? They're not going to give me the Lenovo. They're not going to give me the MSI Claw. They're not going to give me an Alienware device. They're going to give me the Asus Xbox ROG Ally X, right? I just need to say, I want the Xbox handheld. So Microsoft just needs to turn around at this point and just say, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're not dancing to your tune, and just let the media cry, because they're just going to go on. And eventually the only people that are going to listen to them are the ponies. And if that's enough for them to get their clicks and revenue, so be it. But eventually they're going to change their tune, because even they're going to stop, because it's going to get boring, because there's not going to be this back and forth. And so I really feel that at this point, much like Steve says over here, Xbox shouldn't say jack shite anymore. Let people believe what they want and move on. Stay whatever. Stay whatever. Let the hardware do the talking when it's released. Watch them come crawling back looking the fool. And they will. Every single one of them will. But the problem is, half of these people that are saying, oh, I'm doing this and doing that, they don't do it. And we all know they don't do it. Right? It's just a simple fact. It's just for internet clout. So I know this probably won't get picked up in the masses unless it goes completely viral. But I really do hope that Microsoft just stops responding and stops trying to appease people. They've said they're doing it, and that's enough for me. And if it's not enough for you, pick up your stuff, go to your nearest secondhand store, trade it in, and get whatever you like. And when you see whatever the next console comes, and it's an amazing piece of hardware, amazing piece of tech, and you look at yourself and you're going, damn, what a fool was I. Then you can look in the mirror and say that a few more times. And you know what? Maybe it might start sinking in that listening to, peer pressure is not the way to go. I really hope Microsoft just stops it. It's silly. But, we've also got this over here, right? Now, Turk over here was basically trying to prove a point. And for the past week, he's been going into hyperdrive. But you know what? I think he's done a really good job here. He's proved the Xbox tax is real. And this is what I was talking about with the Asus ROG. Yesterday was a red letter day for me on X. 1.5 million plus impressions, 4 times engagement, 2 times more reposts, 2.5 times more likes. And it was all over a lie. And the lie being, you'll get to see. So this is his engagements, and he's proving what he's done. With the Xbox Ally reveal, the internet exploded. It's not real Xbox. It's $1,000 for a handheld scam. But here's the thing, and I will look to, comment on that £100,000 handheld scam. They're not saying that the £1,300 Lenovo is a scam. That's totally worth it, by the way. They're all agreeing that that's totally worth it. The $1,300 one is totally worth it, but the $1,000 one is a scam. So keep that in mind. The $1,300 one, they are saying, is perfectly fine. It costs $300 more, but that isn't a scam. But this one is a scam. So keep that in mind. I wasn't even showing you the Xbox Ally at all. You got Tripster over here trying to compare a $500 device to $1,000 handheld, and what he doesn't realize is that $500 device can't go outside his house. That $1,000 one can. So if he wants to add a generator on top of that and have it self-sustain, because that's not the portal isn't what's being compared here, right? He's comparing a physical PS5 device. That's how dumb this Tripster is. There's no brain cells up there. When God decided to create this child, he clearly forgot to put any form of brain cells in there. There can't be any, because there's no way that you're going to come out with something like this and think that you're, a smart person. You have to be completely and utterly brain dead, brain rot stupid. Because when you start comparing the cost of a screen strapped to your chest so you can take it out with you, a generator to power the console and the screen, you're spending way more, right? And you're going to look like a complete buffoon outside. But that's beside the point. The PlayStation fans are pretty much used to looking like that, especially with the way they comment. Everything I posted was gameplay from 2023 ROG Ally. Older silicon, similar performance, same OS, but no one cared until the word Xbox got attached to it. And that's what I was saying with the whole Lenovo and Xbox, the price difference. The 1300 one isn't a scam, but the 1000 one is because it has the word Xbox attached to it. Once that label appeared, engagement went nuclear. Suddenly, everyone had to pick a side. The debate wasn't about hardware anymore because no one cares about the hardware. No one cares about how good the device is performing. It was always about the identity. Even Tom Warren got involved. Xbox Ally and Ally X revealed this is not an Xbox. While these handhelds are comfortable to use, they run Windows and they rarely let you forget that. Microsoft's Xbox plus Windows combo needs more work. Our Xbox Ally X review is now live. And the next console that's coming from Microsoft, from everything that they've said, is going to be running on Windows. But it's a console. And they're marketing it as a console. So it's going to be interesting to see if Tom Warren actually turns around and makes the same comments. Because if he does, a year from now, turn around and say, this is a great console, the hypocrisy will be real. And this should not be forgotten. That's the real story. The Xbox tax is real. The same Z2 chip with a different logo gets treated completely different. Look at the Lenovo Legion Go. Better specs, $300 more. No one even notices it. And you can see over here by the traction on Google Trends, right? This clearly tells you. So it's obvious that people only hate the Xbox ROG Ally X because it has the word Xbox on it. It has an Xbox logo. The others don't. So they're getting no traction at all. At all. But the Xbox Ally X is getting all the traction because it has the word Xbox on it, and the media and the ponies are immediately jumping all over it, engaging and hating for the sake of hating because they probably don't even like half of these people don't even know what a PC is, right? Especially from the PlayStation fan base. They don't even know how to switch a PC on. Forget about actually going into anything and using a PC. They've probably never seen a PC in their lives outside of their smartphones. And so they're commenting on something they don't even understand or ever plan to use. But the only reason that's happening is because it has the Xbox logo. The Xbox Ally was doomed the moment it carried the Xbox name, not because it's bad tech, but because people decided what it had to be before they even saw it. And Microsoft made it clear this device isn't a series handheld. It can play your games, and it will play GTA 6. Now, listen to what I'm saying before you go mental. PlayStation fans say the Portal will play GTA 6 day one. That is the official statement from PlayStation fans. And then they say, by remote play. So that means, by definition, the Xbox Ally X is going to play GTA 6 day one by remote play. And who knows? Maybe Microsoft will sign a deal and get it on cloud as well. Stranger things have happened. But you can see here, right? This is clear indication of just how much brain rot, especially from D-Batch. My guy has gone into hyperdrive, right? But this is where he's making his money, so I'm not gonna crap on him. Guy's gotta pay rent, right? Guy's gotta pay rent. That's not analysis, that's bias. Everything VG Fight School at Doc Dark and many others have been saying for weeks played out just as prescribed. You fanboys on what is wrong with gaming. And now they go on and decide to insult Turk, but he just proved and outsmarted every single PlayStation fanboy out there. All of these ones that call themselves a tech genius, he outsmarted them by playing them at their own game and proving to the masses that all they do is chat shite, talk shite, and are full of shite. And that's it. That is it. So, and the moral of the story, Microsoft, don't say anything. Let your hardware and your work do the talking. End of story. And as regards to the handheld, this post over here proves that the only reason people hate the Xbox Rogue Ally X is because it's got the Xbox branding on it. That's it. There is no other reason. Because they are fully well happy to say that the $1,300 one is not a scam. And yet they say it's the same thing. But the $1,000 one is a scam. I'll let you make your judgment there. Right, folks, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and remain legend.